I'm Gabe.
And I'm Kat.
And we're the Ghouls Next Door. And it's a new year.
It's 2020.
It's the future.
I saw a meme recently that said, don't sign your dates.
Oh, yes. It's
with
not a
just
meme.
20.
It's real.
Well, yeah, no, but it's like telling you truth. So I'm letting this be some like new year, you moments.
Don't sign anything with just 20.
Because anyone could write 2017, 2016, and then you're frauded. You're the net. You're in there.
Yeah.
They changed all your informations.
Yeah, so put 2020. Don't abbreviate.
Yeah.
That's some helpful tips from the Ghouls Next Door.
Yeah.
Caring about your finances and your identity.
Yeah.
Not being thefted. We are in our 2020 Future Technology series.
Yeah.
Where we're talking about different technologies and how it can kill us or how it gets out of hand. Mm-hmm. And how it isn't at all what you assumed, right?
Yeah. It's different now.
It's different. It's different when anyone ever thought, and then it just keeps expanding and becoming more different.
Yeah, we've made strides in so many areas that like are not the areas that we thought strides would have been made.
Yes.
We thought there'd be floating cars and like Futurama little tubes.
Metallic outfits.
Yeah. We're just like really making other stuff different. Like we might be behind, I don't know. But
no, we just took a hard left.
Yeah, we just did different stuff. We're different. I'm different.
Okay, I have to tell you something.
Yeah.
If we die in the podcast, we'll die in real life.
What?
Yep.
No.
That's true.
No.
Everyone knows that.
I don't want that. I want to live. Shut up, Gabe.
Today we're talking about video games.
I'm good at those, so I'm fine.
Yeah. Video games are pretty cool these days, and they have been steadily, increasingly been good. You know?
That was a great sentence. Yeah. No, I mean, they've been getting real cool. Like, I didn't know. We were, like, doing research for this. I was like, whoa. I feel lame as hell. I want video games that are virtual now. I need virtual reality ones. I need the other kinds. I need just more. I just need more video games.
Yeah.
I need to know all about it.
We need games where if you play them and you go to a spooky house and a ghost pushed you and you fall down and you die, then you die in real life.
Yeah, I feel like it's what the world needs.
Yeah. And today we're going to talk about why video games are scary and also explore some films in which that is the case. Although it's always kind of like a very absurdist reason why they're scary. It was never like the real serious reasons why.
Yeah, no. It's definitely just like, it's scary because violence.
Yeah.
Or it's scary because you're going to die in here and then your real life's gone.
Yeah.
It's not like...
Or it's just like, look at this new technology. Let's use it as a tool.
Yeah.
Instead of like thinking about it.
It's going to take our jobs.
What? I guess. The murderers' jobs?
No, South Park. It's about people taking their jobs. But it's really technology getting all up there.
Ah, I see.
Instead of being like, oh, this could help us be better. It's like, nah, it's going to take our jobs.
I see what you're saying.
You get it? You picked it up?
I got it.
Cool.
Took me a minute.
If you didn't know, I don't know if we're both sick or if it's just me.
Just you.
Okay.
I'm just loopy.
I'm just letting y'all know. I apologize now. I don't know what I have. But I'm not fully here. Maybe I'm in virtual reality. Maybe I'm in a video game. Maybe I'm somewhere in space.
What?
Who even knows? Where's Kat in 2020?
She's in the future.
Yeah, maybe. Find me, I guess.
Yeah, let's go there.
Facts. We tell you facts. All the facts. Hear facts. Still facts. About that spooky stuff. Yeah, spooky stuff.
So yeah, we're going to tell you about video games. We've done this once before in like a different way.
Yeah.
But like there's lots of ways video games are scary. I'm gonna tell you some like cool ways where like y'all thought they were scary and you were wrong, or at least like your moms were wrong.
Yes, moms are wrong.
Moms across the country are mad at us now.
Yeah.
You can't listen to the Ghouls Next Door.
They're corrupting you.
Yeah, they make you violent.
Oh no.
They make you want to go murder things because they talk about that sometimes.
Oh my god, they said murder's equal opportunity.
Because it is.
Oh my
But
gosh.
also, we're not encouraging you to murder at the
Nope.
Ghouls Next Door. But like, I think like the biggest piece of why like I guess older people find video games so scary is because they've changed so much, so quickly.
Old people or video games?
Video games. Old people, I don't know.
They changed, but for the worse. You know, they used to be cool.
Not always, but most of the time.
You know what I'm saying.
So the reason why they find video games so scary is because like literally it went from like the Mario game where you're a doctor and you have little pills and it's on your Game Boy, or like Sega where it's like flat 2D
Yeah.
platform, like,
Or
it's just,
Pong, where it's just a
yeah,
little
it's just
bar.
a dot in a bar, like boop, 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 boop. Like it's totally chill. No one's stressed about this, or at least I hope not. And it's evolved into what we have now, which is just like just like very realistic art styles.
Killing
mostly.
zombies.
Yeah, zombies. A lot of it's just like very immersive and like realistic, and it's trying to make up for how much life sucks now. Honestly, like I like a lot of it. The reason, like the dangerous elements of video games are that like it can cause disassociation from the real life things that you're experiencing, or like further you in like feeling depressed in the real world because of like the video game world's way more dope. And if I could be in Skyrim, yeah,
Yeah.
like a lot of parts of Skyrim, like if we're really saying like I want to be a lady in Skyrim, that part probably sucked. But if I'm the Dragonborn,
Yeah.
I'm exempt from the medieval times, and everyone's being nice to me, and if I want to steal stuff I can, and I can just pay off the guards and there's no real consequences. It's a fun time.
Yeah, and you won't catch the plague, probably.
Yeah, because there's not that in video games. When you're the protagonist, the main character, you're just running around having a grand old time.
You also don't have to smell like all of the like feces on the streets because they don't have plumbing. Just saying, there's some benefits that people don't take into consideration.
Yeah, no, I get it. But like, I'm not... Virtual reality has not gotten into that realm of my video
There's
game
no
sphere.
smell-o-vision.
There's no smell-o-vision. You can't upload perfume scents to the internet for people to sample. Dollface reference, if anyone's watched.
Gotcha.
It's fun.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so like it's really kind of used as an escapism. I know that's why I've used it, where it's like whenever I play Skyrim, I'm like, I'm gonna be way cooler than I am in real life. I'm gonna join the Thieves Guild. I'm gonna join the Assassins thing.
Yeah, you like being stealthy.
Yeah, I never want to do like the
Stab,
noble
stab.
thing. I'm not like, I don't want to fight in any of the wars. Nah. That's boring to me. I'm like, I want to be shady. I want to be ruining stuff. And I want to be with way more money than I have in real life. Because guess what, guys? Cat from the Ghouls Next Door is super broke. So.
Bad.
No, in
Bad
real
to
life,
the
I'm very
bone.
behaved.
Yes.
And like, I do lots of nice things for other people.
Oh, yeah.
Video game me still does nice things. Like, I'm just chaotic, good.
Neutral.
No, I'm chaotic good.
Oh.
Like, I have good intentions. Like, the reasons I want money are, like, Robin Hood-esque, but it's like, whatever. This is neither here nor there. But it's used as a form of escapism is, like, the biggest thing. And that makes you kind of, like... The fear is that, like, you crave that more than you crave real life. Like, you want to be in the game more than you want to be in real life. And I have 100% experienced that. In that, like, if I start a game and I think this game is great...
Yeah.
I'm at work and I'm mad. I'm
Yeah.
like, how many hours until I can go home and play that game that is not real again?
Yeah.
Because that game's better than everything else that's happening here. And, like, that's what it's used for, I think, in today's society.
Yes.
It's really used as, like, a way to fill the needs that you do not have fulfilled in our crap world that's on fire and everything's sad.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
play like very large characters that use like two-handed smash weapons, and I just go around smashing stuff. I'm like, big lady smash, and that's because I'm a small woman who wishes she could smash things. Maybe I have anger problems. I'm not gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
But I use video games so I don't smash people in real life. And so I just go big lady smash wherever video game I'm in if I
Yeah.
can choose a character. And they're usually pretty cool.
Yeah, you know that's super real because, like, if you think about it, you're not big lady smash in real life.
No.
But also, like, you're usually, like, pretty, like, graceful with your life and, like, doing stuff. And, like, you're also not, like, yelling at people all the time.
I don't run in.
Yeah, you don't run in head
madness
first. You
right now.
plan everything.
Yeah.
I'd argue if you'd have to do a stealth game in real life, you'd be super good at it.
Yeah, I guess.
But, like, in the games, you're terrible
Very
at it
bad.
because you want to be the opposite, where I am the opposite of that.
yeah.
I could not do a stealth game in real life. I couldn't play hide and seek as a kid because I wheezed too loud. So, like, I want everyone to understand the reason I want to be graceful. I want to be sneaky. Like, because I'm none of that in real life.
God.
I would just fall. My knees would dislocate from picking up things. Like, what?
Oh my god.
So yeah, it just like my body works great in video games. You can scale a full mountain,
yeah, I could
defying the laws of
me
physics.
and my horse Roach just climbing up a full mountain full of snow and sleet and rain.
And it's great. But okay,
Yeah.
so a little bit of a
I
tangent.
digress.
Here we are. Here at the Ghouls Next Door. I'm very sick. Hello.
Well, now everyone knows.
But yeah, so basically, like, the fear around it is, like, the amount of time you spend on video games has, like, gone from not that much to lots of people play video games. It's not,
yeah.
like, categorized by, like, anyone specifically.
Yeah.
So many people play them, whether it's, like, on your phone, whether it's on a system, whether it's on a computer, etc.
Yeah.
Like, people are about it. And you don't have to be a nerd or a geek. You can enjoy a video game,
Yeah.
no matter who you are.
There's really, I mean, people play their phone games. You play Candy Crush. Guess what? You play video games.
Yeah. Think you're not a gamer.
Stop spending money on it. Just letting you know. This is for
Those
my aunt
99
who might
cents
be
add
listening.
up.
Yeah.
Those 99 cents
Listen,
add
the
up.
struggle's real.
I had to stop myself. It was bad. So it gets addictive in the way that gambling's addictive.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the sense that, like, it doesn't seem like a big thing, especially phone games.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like you think, like, the satisfaction and the serotonin released by, like, the really quick, easy rewards, like, stacks. And it makes you
Yeah.
feel really good for, like, a few seconds. And then you associate that with feeling positive, and then you just keep doing that. Like gambling, but you think it's harmless because it's a phone game.
Yep.
And here we are.
Candy Crush is good for anxiety, too. Just
Yeah.
mindlessly do stuff and get yourself out of a situation.
Yeah, and you posted a really good GIF or meme. I always get them confused. It's fine, whatever. I'm an
What
adult.
was it?
It was where it
Oh,
was. So all those people hating on people who like to play like RPGs where you just like farm.
Yeah, relaxed
have a nice
farming
life.
simulators.
Yeah. Stop hating because like it's real. Sometimes that's just what you need.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite kind of game.
Yeah. It's maybe if you just watch some of your simulated crops grow in, you would have a calmer life, Karen. Like you'd have better control of your life because you just took some time to go and woo the maiden in town.
Yeah. I want to move to a farm so bad. Not for real life, but like it's really making me think that sounds nice. Let's just go to my time at Porsche. Like I'm here for it. I gotta fight monsters, whatever.
Yeah, that's whatever.
When no one dies, it's fine.
You respawn.
Yeah, respawn. It's great. But yeah, so basically, there's this whole thing where it's like, if you play video games, you have become a bad person. You are getting violent. You are, sometimes it can, if you play them when you're really young and all you do is play shooting games and you have anger and like trauma in your life already.
Yeah.
That is exacerbating those like symptoms.
Absolutely.
Like basically like the frustration that comes with like not succeeding in any area of your life. Yes.
Yeah.
Video games would exacerbate that. But like if you really think about it, like people who play video games, people who don't play video games, they're the same.
Yeah. It's
amount
the
of
same
bad,
statistics.
good, whatever.
Yeah.
Like we murder this. It's an equal opportunity venture.
Yeah.
Playing video games does not make you suddenly like more about murder.
Yeah.
If anything, if you have those tendencies and you're like, it gets them out. Like when I'm mad, I come home and I play Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
So, or
Yeah.
Skyrim. Like I'm just like, I need to go kill a bunch of fake stuff so I don't
So you can decompress.
rage on the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
What I was going to talk about a little bit was how we see video games on screen or more importantly, how we see gamers on screen. Because kind of similar to the way that we see hackers, it's that we have this kind of like nerdy recluse that like lives at home with their mom and like eats a lot of chips and Mountain Dew, has no friends kind of thing. And this idea is to perpetuate this myth that video games are bad, right? And they're bad for you and only these types of people like them.
Yeah.
Which is why I kind of enjoyed what we'll talk about later in our film section, Stay Alive. Because we had actually a rather diverse group of people playing together. Like, they're all weird.
Oh, yeah, every single one of them.
In their own way. But they were unique even to themselves, and I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, this, you don't really get that all the time. Like, of course, we did have that super nerd, right? But even the other gamers were calling him a nerd.
Yeah.
You know, like there was still levels of like nerdy and geeky.
Yeah, there was like the executive, there was like just the guy.
Yeah,
you know, like,
yeah, exactly. Just like a dude.
Yeah.
Hot lady. Like, yeah. But what I found interesting when I was looking this up, because I was just like, all right, we're going to do video games, and next week we're going to do VR and XR and AR. And I was just like, okay, what are we going to watch? And what I found was that pretty much because technology is always growing.
Yeah.
Our fears around them are also always growing.
Yeah.
So there's a point where I think we've more or less outgrown the fear of video games. And that if you want a movie where just video games, I'm not talking about VR where you're in the game kind of thing happens. If you're just looking for like video games are bad kind of movie, you have to go to either the early 2000s, 20 years ago, or you have to go further than that in the 90s. Yes, we're getting old.
No, I'm not. I'm eternal.
Yes, no. I'm sorry, we're not eternal. But yeah, you really have to go far back in time to that. And what those films were trying to tell you was, of course, like what you were saying, that escapism is what tempts these people, and then they become kind of like vegetables, and they can't distinguish reality from the video game world, and they get desensitized. And I would say like that fear is more predominant, I think, in virtual reality as far as like losing yourself, because like virtual reality can really toe the line. But what you'll find when we talk about it next week is that it isn't at all scary. I mean, I'm sure it could be, but there's a lot of really good things happening. And just like with video games, there's a lot of really great things that happen with video games that actually improve people. Like people are easier to, I'm not saying words properly.
Empathy? Like the in their shoes thing?
No. For video games, it's better for like your attention span.
Oh yeah, improves focus.
Yeah, and focus. And it actually is like more beneficial for like your brain and sorting out like what is important and understanding tasks and doing those things and like being oriented. Yeah. So it actually is a lot more beneficial. And then even when you go a step further, virtual reality only pushes you further in benefiting like your brain, right? And like improving what you can do with it. But yeah, I would say like one of the first attempts that I thought was interesting at making video games make people violent or like escape you away kind of thing is the film Brain Scan, which is from the 90s. I want to say, I'm like totally
I believe you.
Forgetting right now.
I'm just going to say that's a fact and Gabe is right.
Thank you. So I found this really great article on Kotaku where we have this idea that so Brain Scan, which is from the 90s, and I got it from this article on Kotaku.com, which is video games according to horror movies. And in it they talk about this video game movie where this boy Michael plays this game called Death by Design. Okay. And essentially it causes this like hypnosis in him, like to him, that gets into his subconscious, and then he's like kind of believes he's in the game sort of thing. And when he like virtual reality kind of steps into the shoes of a serial killer, it's kind of like real.
Uh-huh.
Like he actually is in the shoes of a serial killer. And the guy who's like kind of orchestrating it all is Trickster. And he
Okay.
says, real, unreal, what's the difference? As if like, you know, real murder and fake murder are the same. Because in the 90s, that's what we are there to believe, that in a video game, you cannot distinguish reality from itself. And so it's kind of like no wonder that during that time, we advanced to something like Call of Duty where we're just shooting them up, right?
Yeah.
That if you see your kids doing that all the time, you would probably be a little worried.
And I mean, I feel like understandably so. If there's like an age range, there's a reason the games are like rated.
Yeah. Yes.
Like
Yes.
Grand Theft Auto has a lot of naked things in it, and as a society, we aren't like trying to push nakedness on our young people because it's just a different thing. So like, yeah, you maybe don't want that, or you don't want them like hitting women in the street because that's a thing people do in Grand Theft Auto. That like that would be concerning.
Yeah.
If you saw like even virtually, like that's just stressful.
Yeah.
To witness a small child to do.
As a middle schooler, I would do the cheats in Grand Theft Auto, where I'd put in a cheat so that I would look like Candy Sucks, the porn star, and then I would put on a cheat where it was the ladies love you cheat, where there's just like a bunch of ladies chasing after you, and then I would just get a katana, and then I would just like hack and slash, but I love women. So it's in no way a representation. I just thought it was really funny. And that I could also do that. And it's like one of the most twisted things that I could ever come up with. But yes, I definitely love women and I would never hack them up. Just so everyone knows. Disclaimer. But I think that with something like Brain Scan and with parents being worried about something like that, and it's like obviously like adults made that film. And adults who don't really understand video games, right? Is this kind of...
Especially then.
Yes, but it is really just this trope that we see a lot, which is that new media is evil, right? And that's always going to be the case for older generations. Like eventually, there's going to be media that you and I are not going to understand. It's not going to be virtual reality. It's going to be like they're inside of it now. And we're going to be like, I don't know. It's like that might be toeing the line.
There was a lot of movies about this that made me feel fear, so...
Yeah. Now I'm afraid of it.
The surrogates exist.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Like if the literal like if kids, and you know they would, had the opportunity to just hook them up to a Matrix machine and not live anymore, you know they'd be like, yeah. And we'd be like, I don't know. I don't think they're doing what they should anymore. And it's just, and maybe it is. Maybe it's fine.
I mean, I'm not going to front. I would volunteer. I'd be like, how long can I live? Can my loved ones come?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like in Futurama where
you know
the
what
old people
sucks
go.
here? The air.
Yeah. Like when our world is no longer habitable, it will make sense.
Can it all be NPCs though? Like, I don't want other real people.
It's so stressful.
I don't, like, other real people suck.
Yeah.
I just want some fake, like, wonderful NPCs to, like, interact with.
Yeah. And then your friends.
Yeah.
And they could just come visit. They don't have to always be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
I think that's fine. And at that point, I think, like, there'll be a lot of old people, like, us included, like, people who are going to be our age, because we'll be old.
Yeah.
Who will be like, this is crazy. And we'll be like, well, the world is dying. What else are we going to do? Like, you're only, like, exist as long as your brain is there. Anyway, the way that's always, like, kind of looked is an example of, like, new media is evil or, like, hip things are evil is thinking about after Columbine, how the parents were quick to blame Marilyn Manson and his music because the kids happened to be listening to that. And it was just like, he's devil worshipping, blah, 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 blah. But it's like Marilyn Manson is also like one of the most like open and accepting, like beautiful souls that actually exist. Like he's actually really genuine and just wants people to be true. So it's just like, no, he's not telling people to go kill other people. And the same thing, like people even accuse like Eminem of causing violence because of his lyrics. And it's like, yeah, but he's like, his lyrics are like idiotic. So if someone's going to take anything from that, they probably would have taken it from anything. You know, like, and that's kind of the whole gist.
Yeah, they're going through things in their real lives that they're trying to understand, and they're seeking out any kind of thing to grasp onto to rationalize that.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not the video game's fault. It's not Eminem's fault. It's not Marilyn Manson's fault.
Just people be like
it's like upbringing.
Yeah.
Or chemical. or just like the world sucks.
Yeah. It's just, you know.
You're not going to understand it all.
Yes. And I think, like, yeah, and that's kind of the argument that people have is like, you know, they're desensitized or that they're getting this idea. But we've talked about previously how watching horror movies and stuff doesn't desensitize you at all. In fact, it just reinforces that and allows you to better handle those situations because it doesn't come as a surprise.
Yeah.
Right. So it doesn't make us like, if real violence is happening to like around a gamer, they're not going to be like, oh, this is a fun game. They're going to go, okay, let me now use the skills that I learned from a video game to now try to act under this pressure, you know, instead of like freaking out because, oh my gosh, violence is happening.
In video games, high ground.
Yeah, like you learn things.
Yeah, you just like kind of learn.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you're going to know how to wield a katana now.
Yeah. No.
But like
Strategy.
You might have like some strategy, you know, you might have some instinct based on that stuff because it's not like, oh my word.
Yeah. And at the very least, you're slightly desensitized enough that it's like not going to cause you to pause and have to like understand what's happening.
Yeah.
You can just pick up and run as like immediately.
Yeah.
Because you kind of already know what's going on. And even like, I mean, military, like in the military, they do video games to help with their accuracy and also to understand like military tactics. So it's everywhere. Another super fun, early like 90s video game movie is called Arcade, which I also got from the article on Kotaku, written by Stacy Ponder, who says a lot of amazing things. So if you're interested, please check out that article because she's honestly like, I want her to be one of our best friends. Anyway, Arcade is this like super fun game movie where young people are trapped in a video game, cliche, right? It was accidentally made by accidentally, maliciously, by way of a dead child who had been abused in life, and his brain cells were being used to power the AI that controlled the game. Oh. Yeah. So, I mean, honest mistake, right?
Yeah.
Man,
That's just people suck.
Yeah.
That's not technology sucks. That says people in the real world suck.
They made that.
And now it is impacting the virtual world.
Yeah. All I want to say is that I really wish that I was making movies in the 90s because that sounds fun. Something that Stacy Ponder kind of explains about this, she says she has this like hilarious narrative like kind of explanation of what's going on. So she says that Alex, the protagonist, visits the developer's headquarters, your typical corporate office complex, after finding out her boyfriend is trapped in the game. It seems there's only one programmer for the game, and as you would expect, he wears a lab coat.
Yep.
Everyone does. He didn't mean to make a homicidal game, of course. That was just an unfortunate side effect from using the brain cells of a dead child abuse victim when creating the AI. And who among us could say they've never made that mistake? Labcoat hands Alex the game schematics, which is a large piece of paper that displays the location of all the keys required to reach Arcade. It's a shocking glimpse at the 100% true way video games are made, says Stacy Ponder, in a really funny way.
Yeah.
That's sarcastic. So,
yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I'm following you now.
Yes, this is said.
As you read, I was like, wait, but like...
That's not how they're made. That's the joke.
I'm
glad you know. Yes, so essentially it's kind of like just like this narrative. It is coming from the point of view of people who clearly do not understand their subject matter at all. Right? Yeah. It's kind of like when we had Ready Player One, the book, and then it was made into a movie, and the movie was just like video games, right? And they just threw in all these like video game characters to be like, "Oh, you guys like Master Chief, right?" And it's like, okay, Dad, can you just like let me have one thing I enjoy and not exploit it for like 5 minutes and completely miss the point of what that book was about? Anyway,
adults suck.
Yeah, I think like.
We are those though.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what people need to understand is that video gamers are not in any way what they put themselves out in this video game. Just like what you said, like we are oftentimes playing a character that isn't like ourselves, or it allows us to kind of like get in touch with a side of ourselves that we don't usually get to.
Yeah.
And which could be really beneficial. Like we'll talk about in our VR episode. There's some parts in there that some balls are dropped, but they could have gotten really good if they use it, because there's some beneficial things in there. And that, in reality, we're like soft puppies, right? We're just all these delicate little puppies who get upset if you use the angry response to talk to NPCs and they get sad. And you're like, no, load last save.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. But we like to make these super powerful characters or really funny looking characters.
Yeah.
If you want to see some really funny looking characters, please check out Monster Factory.
Yes.
Have a good laugh and see
Wrinkle
Final Pam.
Or Final Pam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ghouls favorites.
Yeah, but I would just say go read that article and understand that we're harmless, and this is just a fun way to kind of get some nerves out and enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
And live a life we didn't, otherwise do. I wanted to leave one last quote from Ponder in this article. She says, "Unfortunately, as video game-centric horror movies rule dictate, when one does not, in fact, stay alive in the game, one also stops staying alive in real life." Which is a great segue into our next section.
Yes.
Films. We watch some films. Now let's talk about those films. And all that spooky stuff. And all that spooky stuff.
Okay. So we watched two things to talk about video games. And I wish we had watched the ones that I mentioned, like Arcade. But I didn't find it until after we had already watched the things. Yeah. But I told you, those looked fun. But instead we watched this is a film from my youth a little bit. Yeah. Like preteen time. Or teen time. And I thought it was really fun when it came out. And now rewatching it, I'm like, early 2000s had this aesthetic of just grunge darkness.
Yeah, everything was way more dark than it needed to be.
It's everything is blue or red or gray, and it's just really vignetted and dark. Dark. There's no light anywhere. If you wanted it to be a horror movie, so we watched Stay Alive, which is from 2006. This is the goofy. If you die in the game, you die in real life.
Yeah,
that's where this is.
Well, I don't know if it's my first version of that, but one of my versions of that was Spy Kids.
Yes, yeah, but
I was really into Spy Kids.
Yeah,
so.
and you've seen that theme replicated quite a bit, right? That's all the time. It's you die in the game, you die in real life. But this was their catchphrase, right? Yeah. That was it's kind of In Space I Can't Hear You Scream was Alien. Yeah. And now it's everywhere, right? This is directed by William Brent Bell. And if you do not know this film, it is about, for a group of teens, the answer to the mysterious death of their old friend lies within the world of an online video game based on the true story of an ancient noblewoman known as the Blood Countess.
First, I want to say, they were not teenagers. They can't be.
There were no
parents.
Adults.
There were no parents.
They worked at a bar.
Yeah.
They were not teenagers.
Well, whatever, IMDb.
Yeah.
What I will say is, one thing I found unique about this game is that, it didn't do it like VR. Yeah. You were just playing a regular game that you were just ha 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 ha, nonsense. This is just a fun game. None of this matters, because it's you're not actually in it. You customize your character, but, it's not that deep. It's like Resident Evil. If you die, it's cool. Yeah. And that's what they were just used to playing that kind of stuff. Yeah. And it was fine for them. Yeah. What I really liked about this was the characters. I think they were all very silly. Yeah. And they were all very early 2000s. Oh, 100%.
It had one of my first crushes in high school, which was Sophia Bush. Oh, yeah. She was in there, and that's why I watched it. Primarily. But we had these people who were very diverse, right? And I thought that was kind of cool, because Sophia was the rocker chick. Yeah. And then her brother, who was the jerk. And then you had the nerd guy. And then you had a business owner. And then you had Guy. And then also girl who was also there, who got sucked into playing this with them.
I would argue she is girl who has not played video games really before.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, she was that. And then he was... One other thing that I thought was interesting about this was everyone's name was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like Sophia Bush was October. Frankie Muniz, who's in it, and he's the nerd. His name was Swink.
Yeah, the names are all really weird. You're right.
The brother was Phineas, and the main character was Hutch. Because why not, I guess.
I was literally thinking the same thing. When you were like, cuz, I was going to be like, cuz why not?
Yeah, because, yeah, it's, I guess.
It's 2006, whatever.
So
no one cares about anything yet.
What we have in this film is like a group of people, not teens, so someone is playing the game. It's like their friend. And he is playing and he gets his friend or brother or something. They're quickly killed off, so I don't remember. And the girlfriend, whatever. 3 people play the game in the beginning. 3 people end up dead.
Yeah.
Right? And like savagely. In this like house that looks kind of eerily like the video game they were just playing, which is kind of funny. Right? Or at least the layout is the same, which is like, what are the odds? You know? The video game is super silly, but I will say it's honestly the most interesting as far as like a video game in a movie. Like in the way that it really did look like a PS1 video game.
It did not look threatening at all.
Yeah, it looked like I honestly would have had played that.
Yeah.
Like, and actually a game developer was helping make this film, which is why it kind of looks more true to life.
Yeah.
Right, the game that they play. But the whole story is like, then they get this game and it's like, the guy was a play tester. Yeah. Just like we're going to talk about later, next week. But he play tests this game, and that's what the scary game is. So then the new friend gets a hold of it, and he somehow is friends with all these other people.
Yeah.
Don't know how, but
they're all there now.
And they all play games with each other. They got like headsets. It's kind of cute. And they all play together in the one room, and I'm just like, that LAN setup must have been like real impressive.
Yeah. That wasn't
like,
AOL.
Yeah, like what are they doing? Yeah, but there's a bunch of them, and they're all like kind of piled in together, and it was kind of cute. Like I thought that scene was super sweet.
The only one who wasn't there was the office man.
Yeah, and he was like at work because he didn't want to go home because she wouldn't let him play. Right, his wife. Oh, the old ball and chain. So, and he was like a jerk, and we knew that from the beginning. They all were kind of incorrigible, but there's a lot of attempt at making things mean more, like as far as like emotions with the people in it, but they all were just, it seemed very forced and honestly distracting from the fact that there was a murderous countess from history who had a murder house and somehow created a video game to store her soul in. Like who did that?
There was a lot of weird
there was never an explanation.
I don't think they needed one at the time that it existed, and that like no one was asking.
Yeah. Because, like, the whole thing is that they go to her actual physical house to
Which they happen to live in the same area of, conveniently.
Yeah. They also threw in, like, the main guy, Hutch, is afraid of fire because his parents died in a fire because his dad caused mom cheating, and then he burnt down the house. Yeah. And he saw it.
There was a lot of, like, weird character development.
Yeah.
That really did not add to the story and instead very much made it just a confusing time.
Yeah. The girl who was a photographer who was friends with the guy who died in the beginning, Abigail. And then she was like, I had a nice life. My dad's a professor, just something. And then later she's like, that's not true. My life sucks. Like, why? We know zero about you. You could have said anything. And honestly, you revealing the truth now has done zero for us. I still don't care.
Yeah, it was literally because I just didn't want to see how you react. It's like, yeah, I mean, I feel that because, like, life sucks, but, like...
But clearly, these are not, like, the most well-off people.
Yeah, I haven't, like, cared about you from the get-up, so, like...
Yeah.
You said a sentence more, I don't...
Yeah. One of us is named October. I think it's safe for you to open yourself up to us. That's all I'm saying. And yeah, so they figure that out. They go to the house physically, and it was kind of cool. I liked how Frankie like helped. That was kind of cool. That was kind of like, you know, like Star Warsy, where it was like, we're connected. We're in 2 different places. I'll hand you a lightsaber.
Phones.
Yeah, but instead it was like, I'll hand you the rose that opens a door, or he was like, I need to get in here, and the guy in the video game put a crowbar on the stairs, and he's like, look on the stairs, and then there was a crowbar there, and I was like, that is cool.
That was cool.
I was like, that is pretty cool. I wanted the whole film to just be that. Like, I wanted them to figure it out sooner, and then the whole thing is them running the gambit, and like one is in the tech and one is in real life. That would have been sick. But it only happens for a little bit.
Yeah.
And we have to save the girl who like kind of like didn't need to be where she was.
Yeah, and there's like a weird romance thing that's happening that like you didn't really realize it was happening
Until
it
was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, whatever.
I guess.
You do you guys. You know, like, I don't know. I forgot she was
trauma,
there.
Whatever.
Yeah. Right? And then, yeah, they all kind of died. And we never really know, like the cops are like, these kids are just killing people in weird ways. Because, like, how else? Like, they're all connected, you know? And it's just like, how? Yeah. Because, like, who runs people over with, like,
a chariot?
A chariot, like a horse and buggy.
Yeah.
I was like, what? That's weird. And it's
And
also
this
like, how
cop
come
is
you
also,
can't
like-
run from that?
Yeah, but he's also, like, really chill about thinking this guy is the guy who did it and let him not go to jail.
Yeah. Like, and not tailing him at all.
They weren't following him at all. They're just like, you know, it might be
It's
him.
a small town. They don't have resources.
Maybe. Well, I'm going to let you know, stop doing shady stuff or I'm going to really think it's you, guy.
Yeah, he really was like that. And he was just, and then like 3 more friends would die, and he'd be like, oh, well, listen to me, it's
You're
a video
really putting me in
game.
a tough space. I like you.
I don't like you, kid.
I don't want to arrest you forever for
cheating,
crimes that
sell
you're doing,
alcohol.
maybe. Right? I don't know.
Yeah, so that was, yeah. Anyway, they like get the stuff. But I don't understand who made that game and who trapped the Countess's soul in it.
Well, where I'm at is like people die. Like, they always act like that was an ancient evil that's now in the present, where it's like people die now in horrific ways.
Yeah,
so like I could
pick,
see
like,
it
a
if it was like
normal one.
a modern lady who was murdering people and was also really good with technology somehow.
Like Fear.com. She was killed online, so she starts killing people online. That was a clear line. It was still crazy, but it was a clear line that I understood. Old-timey countess in her plantation
She doesn't
house.
know what a computer is.
She just took some, nightly programming classes, and she learned it. Honestly, she's the kind of the hero of the story.
Yeah, she had VR. She was learning the class.
Yeah.
Being real immersed in it.
Yeah, because no one knew.
It was her.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, that's Avatar 267.
Yeah. And
That's
then
such a fun little character you created.
Yeah.
Your Nintendo Me or whatever.
Yeah. And it's like, why do you always ask questions like, can this kill them? How can it more efficiently stab? And I don't think that's really conducive to this learning environment, but I like your moxie.
We watched another thing.
Yes.
We watched Sword Art Online. There's a manga for this. But the show is what we watched part of. It's from 2013. Director Reki Kawahara. Specifically, I want to give a little disclaimer. We watched like the first 5 episodes.
Yeah,
of
we
this.
have not gotten into it.
Specifically because like my boyfriend and your boyfriend have seen it, and we're like, up until episode 13, it's totally cool, but then.
No more.
No. And then, like, the second season for the first 13 episodes, all right. But then again, bad. Because it's just, like, they really take the power away from certain characters, specifically women. It's just, like...
Yeah. Everyone specifically said it's a really good premise,
Yeah,
which is
then
what
you
we'll talk
messed it
about.
up.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, makes me think of, like, The Purge, like, the first Purge.
Yeah.
Where it was, like, we have this whole, like, what kind of world do we live in where there's one day... like one night where people get to murder and all we get to see is a home invasion film. That's kind of what I feel like this is. Because it's like, imagine this, which is what we're going to tell you. And it's like, but we only get to see this kind of world.
Yeah. So Sword Art is in the year 2022. So like tomorrow, guys. Thousands of people get trapped in a new virtual MMORPG. And the lone wolf player, Kirito, works to escape.
Do you want to tell our listeners who might not know what an MMORPG is?
So I kind of know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't play games where other people are there.
Yeah.
I play RPGs.
Yeah.
where no one else is there. It's just me.
What is an RPG?
RPG is a role-playing game.
Okay.
So you're in a virtual fake world where you are role-playing in a certain kind of lifestyle. So you can like pick between different classes. You can be like a mage, magical. You could be like an animal speaker, like you're an elf and you can like talk to animals now. And you can like have familiars and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
You could be like a blacksmith. You could be like an armorer. You could have all these skills. Like there's like infinite amounts of skill sets that you can develop. It's kind of like Skyrim, but this is online and like everyone's included.
It's like D&D online.
Yeah, or it's not D&D. World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft, yes.
Yeah, WoW.
Yeah. Wow.
So I also have WoW, and I've played WoW.
I
think WoW is
it is an MMORPG, yes.
In that, like, you're competing with people in the same world that you are with, like, mutual goals, but there's only so much loot that can go around. There's only so much gold and, like, resources. Lots of grinding. You have to kill, like, wildebeests over and over and over and over and over again just to, like, get to level 12. Like, it's...
Yeah. The MMO is massive multiplayer online.
Yes.
That's what the difference is. It's like RPGs like Skyrim, you're just kind of by yourself fighting dragons. MMORPG is like, now you have a guild.
It's Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, you guys meet up at 6 p.m. and you all have your role, right? Like I'm the healer.
That's Will. Will does that. Will plays WoW all the time. He has a whole guild. His guild is like the best one on the certain server, and he's like kicking butt,
and that's
taking
your
names.
life. It's a really big part of your life.
He has to meet with people online at a certain time where he's like in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. You lose like points or money.
Yeah,
or
if
like,
you lose your status, it's like it sucks. Like you have to start fresh.
Yeah. And you also have a role. Like and similar to like D&D, right? Like you might be the healer, you might be like the leader or the brute force. Like you run in and fight stuff. You might be the magic user. It's whatever you feel good at, and I always consider any archers and magic users as cheaters, and so I only go in and punch stuff.
Yeah, so I'm usually an archer or a magic user.
Yeah.
Because Gabe clearly hates me. But yeah, for Sword Art, it's very similar in that, like, you kind of, like, choose your class. The people who started first and know what they're doing have the advantage. So they're called beta testers, essentially, in this show.
They get to
slash manga. You beta test it. You have, like, an in on the game. You kind of have, like, this inside knowledge and can level up quicker, get the gold quicker. And for people who are just like, I thought this all of the story looked cool, I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
You have a significant advantage over them. And in the plot, as it develops, you kind of see them get, like, resentful of the beta testers because it's like, you could have helped people. Because, like, so I'm going to give you a little quick rundown. I realize I've explained nothing of Sword Art, so we're going to do that real quick.
Yes.
So, Sword Art, Kirito was a beta tester.
Yes.
He got to play the game before everyone else got to play the game, like, a little bit.
This is a virtual reality game where you put a helmet on and you're kind of just like laying in your room, stasis mode, and you are put in there and everything feels like everything you feel like you can't eat for sustenance, but you can still eat and you can still feel pain when things hurt you.
Well, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, like, if someone kicks you in the privates, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you can feel pain in, like, a real sense.
Yeah, you're just kind of, like, scared.
Instinct. Yeah. But, like, you can, if you die in the game, you die in real life. So there's, like, this, they're playing, it's a good old time. They don't know that they can't get out. And, like, the only way to get out of Sword Art is, like, there's a menu option where you can sign out. But trick, once they've got everyone in, that option is no longer there. And no one really realizes it because they're having such a fun time, like, in this world that, like, they haven't tried to log out. They're just enjoying themselves, running around, leveling up, meeting people, like, as you would in an MMO. I can't say
RPG.
it. You know what I'm saying. So, like, most of the intro is just, like, figuring out the mechanics.
Yeah, how do we hit?
Yeah. So how do you use your weapons? How do you, like, use the special things that are in there? So he's trying to figure, like, he knows a little bit and he's helping this one guy who doesn't know anything. And then at the end of their day where they're having a grand time, they're talking about how in the real world he ordered a pizza and he needs to get out of the game.
Yeah.
So he can go get that pizza because he's hungry.
He also lives alone.
Yes.
Which is important.
And essentially, if he doesn't get up out of the game to get his pizza, then he's not going to have his pizza in real life.
Yeah.
So he tries to log out and he can't. And then there's this bell toll.
And then they're all teleported to the town square.
Yeah, so they're like teleported in, and then this big red bloopy guy flies out of the sky and forms in front of them. And he's like the guy who created the game.
Yeah,
He's
spoilers also. It's
the
episode one.
first episode.
It's episode 1, just so everyone knows.
It's still worth watching once you've had it explained to you. You
At
know
least that
whatever.
one, yes.
It's not scary unless we explain it, because they're like, why?
Yeah, it's okay. No,
so-
we have to do the spoilers.
No.
Kat. We'll be in trouble.
I want to ruin. No, I'm kidding. So they go in, and the game creator guy is just like, so I made this world. It's been my dream to play God. And here we are. And remember how you thought you could log out? Yeah, that's right. Because I took it away.
Yeah,
You're in here now
until you beat it.
until you beat it. Like, you got to go through all these levels. Good luck.
Yeah.
And everyone's freaking out because they're like, nah, that's not real. Mom will let me out. She'll take the headset off. And he's like, nah, if you get the headset taken off, even involuntarily, the thing in the headset shocks your brain and melts your brain, and you're dead now.
Yeah.
So someone takes off the headset, you're dead.
And a bunch of people did that.
Yeah, like thousands.
Yeah.
Thousands of people. It was like, we're gone.
Yeah.
Or it might have been hundreds. I don't know.
It was a lot.
It was a significant
Think about
amount of
video
people.
games.
So, like, they all just died instantly. It's like, but now he's showing, like, in the real world, like, news feeds say, you know, people probably aren't going to take off your headset. You're probably
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So just play the game. It's fun.
Yeah.
I made this great world. But if you die here, you super die in real life. If you die here, your brain gets fried with the microwave machine.
Yeah. If you stop staying alive in a game, you will stop staying alive in real life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing. And then, like, you kind of see, like, the story develop where it's like there's people who, like, were literally just going in to have a good time who are not equipped to really beat the game. Like, they're kids. Like, they're little kids who thought it'd be a fun time.
Yeah.
And now we're
There's some
here.
really little kids, and it's really sad.
Yeah. And then you have, like, older people who, like, or people who just, like, play the antagonists in video games who are, like, killing other players because they don't believe it's real, even though they can't log out. So, like, that's not shady.
Yeah.
They're like, there's no proof that it really
Or it doesn't
kills
matter
you. Yeah.
because there's, you know, supposedly people who do that.
Yeah, and some areas of the game are, like, kind of rigged to, like, mess your day up.
Yeah.
So if you're really good at it, you, like, go with, like, the big guns, and you go, like, to try to actually beat the game. And then everyone else is kind of like, well, I'm just trying not to die here.
Yeah.
Because wouldn't it really suck if you died here in this fake world that means nothing when, like, you had a life?
Yeah.
You just did this, like, for fun for
Yeah.
a Tuesday. Like,
Yeah.
you weren't trying
After
to...
school, you and your pals
Yeah.
had this new game.
Like, you and your high school buddies.
Imagine if there were a game, right, that you could go into and you could be that surreal. Like, you know, like you were actually in it.
Yeah. With all
more
your
than
friends,
virtual.
too, though.
Yeah.
Cool. Like,
And it was readily accessible. Like, if it was like the next PS5 also comes with the Oculus Rift, but it actually hooks into your brain and makes you do this cool thing. You know, a lot of people would be doing it.
they would be here
People
for
do some
it.
weird stuff now with technology. Like, literally, you could do anything.
I would 100% be in this game, Gabe. Well, I wouldn't be, because I would be too
waited.
broke.
Yeah,
I would be
I
too
wouldn't
broke to
get it.
purchase, like, the first one.
Yeah, which is honestly our saving grace.
We are alive today.
I'm also I honestly like to just wait until all the things are resolved, like in games.
Yeah.
I'm not a beta tester. I'm like, I'm going to wait like until a year after everyone's kind of done with it and I know all this stuff is all worked out. And
Yeah.
then I'll get in there and I'll just
I mean, I
enjoy
like
it.
the beta test games. Like, specifically on Steam. Like,
Yeah.
not on PlayStation. I don't even know how to do that.
Yeah.
But, like, on Steam, it's fun. Like,
Yeah.
you get a little bit early access, it's a good time. But then you get, like, gypped if, like, the game never finishes or it just sucks.
Yeah. And they don't benefit you for anything.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. So this premise is like super interesting, right? Like what happens if you were
Yeah.
put into this world? And it does like kind of play a little bit with some of those really intense moves, like with the people, like the antagonists in it, or when our protagonist, who is like a beta tester who's super strong.
Yeah.
And he kind of gets together with a guild who are lower level and he's trying to help them power up and he becomes friends and they're going to buy a house together like Second Life. And then he slips up.
Yeah.
Right? And now they're all dead.
Yeah.
Right? And that was really, really sad. But I felt like it was super glossed over, and then we were on to the next thing. And it was just like, oh, man. And I
Well, yeah, because there's the scene where, like, the one other kid who didn't go, the guy who went to buy the house, spoilers, went to buy the house.
So he wasn't with them.
Comes back, and all his best friends, like, in a real life.
Yeah.
That are in
and his
here
only life here.
Yeah. His only life here, but also, like, at home.
Yeah.
Like, he would wake up and survive this
And
with
see
all his
them.
friends dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kills himself. Because,
Yeah.
like, yes.
What do you do? Yeah. And it just made me think of, like, The Purge, where it was like, I want to know what people are doing on the outside. Like, we got that little news thing. I wanted to see, like, people, and maybe they do. Like, if they do, please email us, theghouls@gmail.com, because we haven't watched it fully, and we have to watch a lot of things all the time, so odds are we won't get back to it. But I thought that was really interesting, and I really did want to see what the other world was. I was like, is it going to be all surrogate style, where, like...
Yeah. Where people are, like, freaking out.
Yeah, like Bruce Willis is going to have to come and save everybody. Who knows?
Is someone trying to hack into the game to, like, beat it?
Yeah, right? Or it also made me think of, there's a webtoons, or, like, a web series comic that I read that I thought was cute and similar, and that, like, there are people who live in the game, like, they are the video game, like, but it works with the same video game like world, like what levels up and potions and they're your guilds and all that. And the whole idea is, like, they're fighting this, like, demon tower, and you try to get to the top, and this one, like, young girl always makes it to the top, and you think that she's, like, gonna kill the demon queen, because that's the whole point, but it's really because she's in love with the demon queen. So all the demons, like, keep helping her and letting her get up to the top because they want her to, like, soften the demon queen. And it's funny because everyone's like, oh, she's so powerful, and she gets to the top and she doesn't even need help, and it's just like, no, but she's doing it not to fight her. And she just gets, like, blasted every time, like, the demon queen gets. It's called Mage and Demon Queen if you want to check it out. It is super cute.
Yeah. And it also, so Sword Art reminds me of, like, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc, where they go, like, they get put into Kaiba Corp's virtual reality thing where they're the duel monsters. Like, the duel monsters are real. They're, like, in there. What? And they get, like, trapped, and it's, like, a whole thing. But it's, like, a really short little, like, runoff of, the entire series. It's, like, it's just, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! And then this happens. That was fun. And then I was, like, my favorite part of the entire thing. So I was, like, yes!
Video games. There's always, like, a trapped in a video game episode. Like, Futurama has one.
Yeah.
Like, they're all in there. And it's always kind of, like, it's cute. And also scary when you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, feelings. Yeah, I said feelings. Let's talk about feelings. Okay. And all that spooky stuff. I love spooky stuff.
Video games, right?
So, yeah. So if you like it,
it's,
if you live in the game, you live in real life. You're still alive in real life.
Yeah.
If you lived in both, yay.
Yeah, you keep staying alive.
Dope. Staying alive. Staying alive. It's great. And if you don't like it, it's if you end up dead, as the article said.
If you stop staying alive, then you
and
stop staying alive in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you feel about video games being scary?
I don't think they're scary. I think they're great.
Yeah.
So I guess positive,
staying
but
alive.
also, staying alive. Staying alive.
Yeah.
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 What about you?
I agree. I don't think they're scary. I mean, like, the scary ones are fun.
Yeah, it's like that's why we like horror films.
Yeah, exactly. It's just another extension of, like, that same thing that we enjoy, which is a roller coaster. And I think they're actually more beneficial than that. And you can find a community. If you haven't played video games, give it a try. I'd recommend not starting with any phone games in which you pay to unlock things or whatever.
Yeah, don't play choices.
Yeah, don't play any dating simulators.
You will get real broke. Because you just really want to impress the prince with the best
my
outfits.
Vampire boyfriend. That's all I wanted. Anyway, what about the films we watched? So we watched Stay Alive.
I think they were fun.
Stay Alive was fun. Super grungy.
Do I think it was saying anything real smart? No.
No.
Was it a fun time? Yes.
Yes. It was good for 2006.
It's like, let's not wear media analysis glasses words for a second. Let's just have a nice 2020. It's just like, everything sucks. Let's just be for a minute.
Dog.
disassociate and watch this fun thing.
Yeah. And it's almost 2022, which is when Sword Art Online is.
And it's gonna happen. And we're gonna be too broke, so we'll live. So that'll be dope.
So honestly, well, I don't know. That's 2 years from now.
Gabe,
Let's hold out hope.
No.
It would be an honor to die in a video game and die in real life. That's all I'm saying.
Not if you have, like, a nice outside life.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, what if, okay, hypotheticals. Yeah. What if you had, like, started your family just then?
Oh my gosh.
And, like, you were so happy.
I probably wouldn't have time to play that video game, and now you made me sad. Because I realize life is hard.
Yeah, life's hard, man.
Sword Art, yeah. Although, the one thing we didn't talk about in their film section with Sword Art was that they started out where they got to create their character, but after he was like, you're trapped here, he made everyone look like themselves, which was rude. The biggest evil. Yeah. Like, I could be in the game and trapped in there if I got to be Big Lady Smash things, but if Gabe is in the video game, that ruins everything.
That's like all the fun parts of it. It's
you
rude.
Just totally messed up my escapism. Gabe would not be in this situation, so I cannot believe it.
Well, no, now it's like, oh, well, I'm here. Now it's real.
Yeah, this is awful. I can't Big Lady Smash anything. I'm Little Lady Smash.
You can Small Lady Smash things. Because it's a video game and you have power-ups and stuff. Take a lot of potions.
Yeah.
Get like Peridot shoes.
I'm definitely the kind of gamer that picks up things. Because I'm like, I don't know if there's going to be, like, a broom, thing I have to fight. So I need all these brooms. If the game lets me pick it up, I'm going to pick it up. Yeah. The good thing about Witcher is that you can dismantle those things to make them into things you could use. Yeah. But any other game, like Fallout, I'm just going to pick up all this stuff. And then my companion's like, you really like junk, huh? And I'm like, shut up!
It's going to be good for the workshop. I'm going to build up Sanctuary. You don't know.
Yeah. Don't judge me.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I mean, I'm down for any game that lets me have unlimited carry weight.
Yes, right?
That's my first mod I put on anything. So it's like, I'm going to pick up everything. Yeah. Don't you tell me I'm, like, over encumbered. Yeah. It's rude.
Yeah. I did, like,
can't fast travel now.
I did all the race, like, quests for Roach so that I can get the biggest pack so I can have a lot of room for stuff. Nice. So I know everyone's playing Witcher now, but just so you know, I've been playing it for 3 years. I've been playing it for a very long time. There's a lot of side quests. So yeah, big nerd. That's me. Yeah, I think video games can actually save the world, and they're also really fun. And I think new media is always going to be scary, but you kind of just have to understand that it isn't the big bad that we think it is.
Yeah, it's not the cause. It's just
it's just another catalyst.
It's an outlet.
And the rest of the world that's full of catalysts. Yeah. And it could be really fun if you just did it, Karen. Just play a little Call of Duty.
Is Karen specifically the one not doing the video games? If that's true, that's fine.
I'm just thinking that Karen's a mom name.
It is a mom name.
I think like Karen the mom needs to sit down and play Halo with her son and go through and just like shoot some stuff, and then she doesn't have to be mad about her ball and chain, you know? She can go be Big Lady Smash and she can feel like she's on top of the world.
Yeah. I'm gonna play so many video games when I have kids. Like, it's gonna be like, they're gonna be like, Mom, stop. They're like, no. I was here first. I played first.
We need to eat.
You've been playing Skyrim all day. Your Skyrim kids don't need food in real life. I need food.
Shut up.
I'm like, go talk to your dad.
No, he's also playing video games.
I'm kidding. We would not. No, we would be good parents.
We won't neglect.
Yeah.
So with that being said,
don't get married. They'll eat your kids, and then you have more time for video games.
No, God, no.